Welcome back to the Public Pool Podcast. I'm Michaela Pascal. This is Jack O'Shea, and sorry we're kind of on a weird schedule. Our light broke last week.
Our light did break, and they don't make our light anymore. We have 5 lights in here. I'll let you guess which ones. But one of the type of light that represents 3 of those 5 lights, one of them broke, and they haven't made them for years.
Yeah, so we kind of had to figure out some new stuff.
Yeah.
So we couldn't film because we'd be in the dark.
Let me get the drill out for a change. I love a good drill.
Yeah.
I love when I have an excuse to drill into the wall.
I know you do. There's nothing that makes you more excited than me saying, I need you to fix something.
Yes, I love it. The other day you texted me a picture of
a drawer.
And you went the real mystery of it was, you're like, by the way, just a heads up, no rush, but this drawer isn't working. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Activity. But then the real mystery became, where was this drawer? I thought it was a picture of a drawer in a kitchen. I was like, all these things are working fine.
Sorry, that is obvious. It was the bathroom.
No, I did not.
Yeah. It just fell off the track, and I was like,
I could talk, by the way, for about 20 minutes about how, because the drawer functions in an interesting way, but I'm not going to bore people with that.
Yeah, maybe on
the solo podcast.
In your solo pod, you could really go into your handymanness.
I touch on that special pod we keep on teasing. It's going to really focus on sports analytics. A lot of numbers.
A lot of history.
A few rants about politics that we'll get in fights about. Should we post it or not? I said, this is about me. I just think she should release her tax returns if she wants to talk so much.
Yeah.
And then the different tools and stuff from around the house.
Yeah. The other day you were...
Call it Mancast.
Mancast.
Yeah.
That just sounds bad now.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah. The other day I forgot what you were doing. You were, I don't know. You might have been doing the lights actually.
Yeah.
But you were in the garage. I came down because I was cleaning up my closet, and you had an audiobook on, and you're like, I'm back on World War II. I just can't quit it.
No, it's not World War II. I'm back in the Pacific.
Sorry, Pacific Theater.
I'm back in the Pacific Theater. My brother, I was just on the phone with my brother, and he was telling me about this work thing. And he was kind of the person in charge when this thing happened. He didn't get in trouble or anything like that, but some scandal happened, and he was the person in charge. And my first thought was you're kind of like Admiral Brickell, who of course was the fleet commander of the Pacific,
of course,
during Pearl Harbor,
of course.
So he had to buck stops here.
Yeah.
And he said he thought it was very sorry, not Brickell. Admiral Brickell's from my Bloons monkey game. Admiral Kimmel. Admiral Kimmel. We'll touch on Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Yeah,
as well.
Your tower defense game is so overstimulating to me when I look over at your phone and there's just all this all over. I'm like, I can't.
I can see right through it.
By the way,
thank you for marrying me.
Okay, so we've been watching a lot of Jeopardy. We've been talking a lot about that. We are Jeopardy loyal officially.
Yes.
We used to love throwing it on here and there, but now we're every day.
Yeah, it's a bummer on the weekends. We're shit, it's a Saturday.
There's no Jeopardy.
It
sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But so 2 things have really surprised me because all the Jeopardy contestants are very good at all these Jeopardy type questions where a lot of them, I don't know, that are a lot of literature.
Yes.
Some of them are classic. Some of them are a little bit more niche where I'm that's not really. And then a lot of operas. There's a lot of stuff.
Art
obviously,
history. Yeah.
Art history where it's they know it. 2 categories that the contestants never seem to know that shocks me is sports stuff, because that is statistics.
It is statistics. Sports are culture.
It's culture, and it's just such a statistics-based game. All these things are years, their dates. It's things that people who like history would know would the way sports are. Especially just sports history, not even keeping up with who's Patrick Mahomes, but just I don't know. I get the sports questions right on Jeopardy, and they they at this point are spoon feeding them the sports questions because they're they show a picture of Josh Allen and basically go, who is this? And he plays on the Bills, and he is this and that, and I'm hello? I'm this is too easy of a question.
Even crazier is they'll show a picture of Josh Allen wearing his jersey that says the Bills, and they'll say, what team does he play for? And somebody's the Bills, and he's correct, you are.
Yeah.
And then the next question will be about Mozart's Hidden Symphony.
Yes.
What city did he create this in
Yeah.
while he had leprosy? It's like the
Yes.
most obscure, and they're all trying to.
They're all trying to buzz in.
You got it first. Damn it.
And it's like, we just spoon feed you, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like,
Josh fucking Allen.
so that's always what's interesting to me. Just like simply just because it is so
Yes.
numbers based and like cultural, but like there are greats in these sports, like
Yes.
type of thing. But also another thing that always throws me off, that pisses you off, because I don't know it, but it's the rankings in the military and stuff. They never know.
Just military shit.
And that to me is so, even though I don't know it, that feels like something where it's like someone who knows trivia knows all of the rankings in order.
How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not if you clearly know a lot about, you know, the Franco-Prussian War?
Yeah.
How do you not know what the different ranks of? They'll be like, this, you know, general was talking to, you know, this private. It's like, well, okay, so general's above private. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be able to put that together. I don't get it either.
Those are just the two categories that always throw me off, that I'm like, how do they not know it?
I don't know.
But they'll be like, oh, there's this river that starts, like, there's a mouth of it in this sea, and then it borders this thing, and they're like, it's a random river in South Africa. They've got it. Like,
it does. There is sort of like a behind the scenes of Jeopardy that's sort of like, it doesn't ruin it for me at all, but it is kind of like, of how much it seems like there's one, you can study for Jeopardy.
Yeah.
The way that like people kind of crack the SATs, where it's like, like SAT scores are going up because people have figured out like, hey, there's only, I remember like when I was studying for the SATs, they're like, in the reading comprehension thing, there's only 5 possible answers.
Yeah.
It's these 5 things. So if you know these 5 things, you can just get it. And of course I was on drugs, so I didn't do great in that. But
I never took the SATs.
I thought you were going to say you never took drugs. I was like, I know, because you're such a
that
good
too.
person.
I've never taken SAT or the drugs.
I have both. But so you can study for it, and they kind of, I assume, tell them like, you don't have to worry about sports. It's so rare, and if you do, no one's going to get it anyway, so you're fine.
Yeah.
But also, it seems like all of these Jeopardy contestants at this point, they all kind of know each other.
Yeah, they all seem to kind of be in these like trivia forums and like
there's like a community,
practice squads.
Yeah,
all the people who have been on it kind of are on this thing where it's like we meet up and we play. Like
So they all like, especially all the like elite people, like it's just every time in the Jeopardy subreddit, they're like,
that's like the nerdiest thing we could talk about, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure it gets nerdier. I'm sure that
wherever like, by the way, we check the Jeopardy subreddit.
Well, I want to know what people thought the same thing I did about that question. How it was bullshit.
Yeah. Final Jeopardy was a little too much this day.
Much. Apparently, they're all fucking geniuses, by the way.
Yes.
Which is ridiculous. But it just sort of takes it away a little bit, where it's like finding out how, like, in basketball now, the whole thing beforehand was like, there's only one way to get out of the streets, and that's if you can rap or you can hoop. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, no, the NBA is they're all netbo rich kids.
Yeah.
Because in order to get to that level, you have to like, or like even the story of like the Williams sisters, it basically was like, hey, they were not like super poor, but they were like in Compton. And the dad was like, I'm going to make you guys tennis pros. Mm-hmm. It's not the country club community where they did it.
Yeah.
And so it's this really inspirational story. Basketball now NBA is just like a bunch of rich kids who got, their parents could afford travel basketball.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like that with Jeopardy a little bit, where it's like, oh, so it's not just random people off the street. It's a lot of this community.
Yeah. No,
anyway.
It's interesting. And again, we cannot emphasize enough that you guys are missing a generational run right now.
You have to tune in.
If you are not watching Jeopardy, Jamie Ding Ding Ding.
Jamie Ding 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 is...
We go ding 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 every night.
I know. He was almost out last
Oh
week.
my God. I've never been more on the edge of my seat. He was kind of a cool guy. And I was like, I don't want Jamie to lose to the cool guy.
If Jamie went down, I would love for him to have gone down to Tao Tao.
There was a lot of... there's been a lot of competitors against Jamie that I've really liked.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that I'm like, man, I hope they bring him back for something.
The second chance Jeopardy.
Yeah, something like that. Because there's been a lot of really good players and a lot of fun people.
We'll see them in second chance.
Are
we a Jeopardy podcast?
Apparently they already have that.
Yeah, but it's like the Big Brother podcast where it's like,
yeah.
No offense, guys, we love it, but you guys aren't. Let's do it from a viewer's perspective.
Yes, that's why. Oh my God, when we tried to do a Big Brother podcast, it was whenever we post clips of it online.
Yeah.
The Big Brother community like hated us because they're like, clearly you guys are casuals. So it's like,
yeah.
Most viewers of Big Brother are casuals and they want to consume content that aligns with what they just watched, not the people who are like I'm able to somehow watch these live streams 24/7.
Yeah.
Most people work.
Most people fucking work.
Every now and then in the evenings you could check in.
Yeah.
But like, that's it. You can't watch 24/7.
They're all a fucking hive mind too, because they're all on the same thing. It's like, what did I miss? This. And it's delivered in the most like opinionated.
Yes.
You guys decided you didn't like this person, so everything he does is bad. And yeah.
I agree. No. So I'm always like, we are the casual viewers for Big Brother.
It's good name for the podcast, The Casual Viewer.
Casual View.
Don't fucking get at me.
Yeah.
About your different stupid theories.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you don't watch The Pit.
I don't.
But I had to unfollow that subreddit.
Yeah.
It is so goddamn toxic.
So what about it is toxic?
So The Pit, the first season especially, was obviously it was scripted, but it felt very like natural.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, this might be just what happens in a ER.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the second season.
Is that why it's called The Pit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
By the way, I did not know that either until I started watching.
I thought it was like The Pit, like we're in the pit together.
But it's
like
spelled P-I-T-T. Which you obviously put that together.
Gun to my head, I would have never known it was P-I-T-T.
It's not your type of show.
I heard about it. Yeah, I don't watch medical shows, and I heard about it mostly during award season where they just kept saying The Pit, The Pit. I'm hearing it.
That's so true.
I'm hearing it.
So it's a show, but it's, I don't know. You know what it reminds me a lot of actually is, you know how when there's this happened in Stranger Things too. Like when there's like a show with, for whatever reason, it's kind of the same type of audience, but where there's like a gay character.
Yeah.
And then that character immediately becomes like, there's like a whole section of like the fan base that just champions this character.
Yeah.
For the sole fact that the character is gay.
Mm-hmm.
The Pit has sort of like that type of following where a lot of people are basically like, it's almost like they're watching sports where they're rooting against certain people or for certain people for like their like
sexuality.
Just character,
or whatever,
just general characteristics.
Yeah.
And every single episode, when one character doesn't get enough screen time, they cry like racism or sexism or anything.
Yeah.
Like it got that toxic.
Damn.
To the point where all the creators of the show and the actors on the show have basically all been like, we can't really interact with our own fans.
Yeah, being like, this is insane. That's crazy.
It's what happened. You didn't watch the end of Stranger Things, but with like the Will.
Yeah.
And Finn, the guy who played Finn.
Yeah.
Or Finn Wolfhard, his character,
Mike.
Everybody was shipping them.
Yes.
When the writers from the beginning were like, Mike's straight. We're hooking him up with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, like that's been like the plot the whole time.
For years.
Yeah.
And
people, honestly, that is too like a symptom of them taking way too long between seasons was people start just making shit up.
Yes.
And then they were like, this is how we think it should go now.
What's your headcanon?
Yeah.
Like that shit.
Yes. And it's like, just watch the show.
And and so last season too, so the main character is obviously the guy Robbie, but then like in the secondary characters, probably the second lead was this one girl. I forget the character's name, but she ended up leaving because she has some political views that a lot of people didn't agree with. Oh. So she had a whole plot where basically her character was like, it was about an abortion.
Okay.
And she was pregnant. And in reality, she's very pro-life. And so I think that rubbed enough people on the cast the wrong way enough that they were like, she was off the show. Uh-huh. So, and she's a black woman. And then on the show is so realistic where it's like, hey, this one character who a lot of people liked was like this is her 4th year of residency, which means in reality, she's not going to be at the hospital anymore.
Yeah.
So they were like, she won't be in season 3 because her character has graduated residency. She's going to probably move to another city where she's a doctor. That's how doctors work.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, fucking typical. It was like,
oh my God.
It was like, I mean, yeah, if you really read into it, like, yeah, you could be like, typical.
Yeah.
The doctor who leaves this season, another woman of color. Meanwhile, the majority of the cast is women of color.
Yeah.
It's like 70%.
Yeah. It's kind of accurate to healthcare. Like,
that's why, because it's so accurate to healthcare. All of the nurses are Filipino because it's so fucking accurate.
Yes.
Because that's how accurate it is.
No, like, man, online is just so bad lately. Like, where it's just everything is so. But I am saying everything's so black and white, but also I feel like it got so black and white that people are getting annoyed with it being black and white.
Yeah, it's kind of coming back a little bit.
Finally, we've kind of turned into the other half of people are like, everyone's got to relax. Like, this is too much or whatever. So it's like, I really just hope that starts to infect, which I think it will. Like, people are just like, you can't cancel people for every little thing or you can't whatever.
The fact that Noah Wiley and the creator of the show felt comfortable saying, yeah, our fan base is really toxic and they're really reading into shit that isn't there.
Yeah.
We're actually just writing a show about a hospital, and obviously they play it up because they're like, it's not Grey's Anatomy level, but they're like, we want the episodes to be interesting with interesting cases.
It's a drama.
But it's like, okay, fucking settle down, buddy. Just, I don't know. The show is...
That's crazy.
So I done follow that community. Also done
Honestly, though, that's what happened to the Love Island community.
It just gets bananas.
Like, could we have not been handed a more beautiful season of just drama on a silver platter?
Yeah.
And people turn it into like holding these 22-year-olds in bikinis and swim trunks, like rubbing oil all over their bodies and making out with each other and dry humping, and to be like, we're holding them accountable as if they're the politicians of this country. Like, and by the way, they don't have their phones the whole fucking time. No. They don't know what's going on the outside. And everyone just like, every little part of everything was just so analyzed. Everyone was like so canceled for every little thing. We were taking teams. Like,
oh yeah. Whose side are you on?
And it's easy to like be like, oh, this person's a villain in this situation. Like we were hating on like the guy who like was apologizing to Amaya after he realized that like she was the most popular on the show or whatever.
Yes, Jeremiah?
No, he was the British one. Zach?
Yeah, yeah.
And we were like, screw him. But I mean, screw him in a reality TV way.
Yes.
I hope he has a prosperous, long, good career in life.
Thank you for the drama, brother.
Thanks for the drama. Loved it.
So let me get this straight, baby. What you're saying is that the 22-year-old cast members on the show, where they take away all connection with the outside world and design a bunch of things purposefully to see if they'll fuck.
Yeah.
We've designed this. The whole system is we're going to get these hot people who are so stupid. No offense to them, but hot people
that's what I want.
Who are so narcissistic and so stupid that they think that when we put them in this room, we know for a fact they're going to fuck each other, and that'll stir up some drama that's interesting to watch. We need to really know their take on Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
otherwise we just can't enjoy them almost fucking.
Yeah.
It's like the most insane concept ever that people take it seriously.
Like, that's why I'm like, we don't need to pressure people to say things, like, especially people like that. Like that. We've been talking a lot about TMZ DC lately.
Yeah. Oh, how great is that?
We'll touch on that in a second, actually. But just the like, actually, you don't want most people to comment on politics because they don't know things or comment on issues or comment on whatever.
Yeah.
Because they probably aren't educated enough or like are versed enough in the subject to know. And if it's just them saying something because it's what's hot and trendy, they're probably going to get things wrong.
There are certain celebrities who I specifically, whatever they say, I'll go against because I know they're fucking idiots.
Like, things hurt the cause.
Yeah.
It literally hurts the cause to say certain things for certain people.
I love Megan Thee Stallion. It was not good for Kamala to have her introduce her in Atlanta at the one thing where she spent the first 10 minutes twerking. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's not good. Like,
that's not how you get swing voters.
You have the voter who's going to be like, yes.
Yeah.
The one who's like, yes, I saw that. That's great. You have that voter.
You got him.
So you don't have to twerk for them.
Yeah.
You can bring other people out.
And also, I'm just way more likely to like trust the celebrity or influencer if they speaks on an issue and it's unprompted.
Yes.
If it's them being like, this is breaking my heart.
Yes.
Or I really stand with this. I'm like, cool.
Unless it's so often and to the point where I get suspicious of them. I'm looking at you, Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, what did you do? Where are the bodies? Because no one is that active. Okay? You're a gajillionaire. I don't believe you. I just simply do not believe him. There's something we don't know.
Oh my God. Meanwhile, everyone's like, yes, activist Mark Ruffalo, who all he does is hold up a sign. And meanwhile, everyone wants to hate on Kim Kardashian. And she's getting people out of prison.
She's getting people out of fucking prison. Okay?
She's a BBL. Okay.
Oh my God. Mark Ruffalo played a smart guy.
Yeah.
He played a smart guy in a movie where he also turned green. Like, it's settle the fuck down.
But anyways.
Yes.
TMZ DC.
Yes.
So TMZ has like launched a new thing where it's TMZ DC, which I think is genius.
We needed this forever ago.
We needed this starting in 2016.
Oh, absolutely.
That's when it should have started.
Yes.
But because TMZ is obviously known for hounding the celebrities, getting the actual inside scoop. Getting it right.
Yes.
And people love to say that TMZ is like a trashy news. They are the most reliable source. And if they get it wrong, they retract immediately.
And they don't pick on anyone. They actually just report the news. They actually do what the New York Times and Washington Post and Fox News, everybody, they say that they do. TMZ literally just gives you facts.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes they do have a little bit of an attitude, but it's entertainment news.
Well, the show of it, yeah, but like the articles, I read it for the articles, sweetie.
No, I read the articles every day. I wake up and I read TMZ.
I was making a Playboy joke when people would say that they read it for the articles.
Yes.
But they actually, it's like, nope, here's what this person said, and this was this person's response. They do hound them, but they're not Perez Hilton trying to get someone to kill themselves.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference there.
There's absolutely a difference. Now, so TMZ, but the unethical part of it is obviously that they are the first source.
Yes.
They figure things out immediately.
They do hound you.
They are not the most ethical in that way.
But is there a place where it's completely fine? Don't hound Miley Cyrus.
No.
Hound the goddamn congressman.
Hound the congressman.
Who's making an extra $12 million this year because he's fucking ripping everyone off.
Yeah. And all we're hearing from them is like their weird statements they make with all their aides who are tweeting for them.
Yes.
And all these pre-written statements. We don't know. Have TMZ, like,
yes.
So TMZ now is like, they have a crew based in DC. They are doing what the rest of the reporters are afraid to do.
Yes.
The rest of the reporters are trying to get the gotcha scoop or whatever.
Yes.
But they also don't want to risk their access to the rooms. Mm-hmm. TMZ is there.
They don't give a fuck.
To do exactly what they've been doing to these celebrities for years, which is getting in their face, asking them inappropriate questions, and just saying something and being like, fuck you, throw a cigarette. Like,
fuck you.
And they're going to get the answers. And
they are.
But that's what I feel is like, I think it's more inappropriate to obviously hound celebrities in their off time. Yeah. Because they are people. Yeah. Politicians are public servants who owe us answers.
Yes. Celebrities do not owe you any fucking answers. Celebrities do not owe you to apologize. No. When you demand that they apologize, that's a weird thing to do. Fucking politicians, I voted for this motherfucker. He better be a good person.
He better be answering to me.
Yeah.
If you're making decisions for the public interest or for the public, I want to know why you're doing like what's going on. You were right where you were like, no, politicians should live in glass houses.
They should live in fucking glass houses. There used to be, here's history lesson number 5.
Yeah.
Every founding father, you can hit them for the slaves. John Adams didn't have one. That's all I'm going to say. John Adams was always against it, but it was a different time, and they
John Adams woke AF.
I'm not saying they were perfect, but I will say one of the things was it was a huge sacrifice.
Yes.
So there was not a single founding father who, when they were like, it's time to hang it up, I'm just going to go back home, wasn't broke and in crazy fucking debt. Every single, Thomas Jefferson famously had negative money his entire life. That was also because he kind of managed it poorly, but George Washington, one of the main reasons why he was like, I have to sit down is he's like, I'm out of money. I have to go home and actually farm.
I have to farm.
He had to sell some slaves.
Oh my God.
To make up for it. But the point is, it was a sacrifice.
Yeah.
He had to say, I'm not going to make that joke again, but he had to sacrifice, and it really was like a public service. Yeah. Now it's like a stepping stone to a movie career.
Yeah.
It's like going on American Idol for them. It's like I'm going to make a ton of money if this goes well.
Anyone's first term, if they get elected, is just to get elected again.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's not actually about doing the work. And so I'm so happy that TMZ is in this new era of hounding politicians.
And they seem to be completely unbiased too.
Yes.
At least for now, that makes them legitimately head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yes. Because
they'll tell this. Yeah.
Because you were, who were we talking about earlier?
Ilhan Omar has a crazy thing happening right now.
Yes.
She has the wildest history on the planet because she legitimately married her brother to get him into the country. Say, pros and cons of that, whether or not it's a good thing, whether or not it's a bad thing. She did do it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And that is illegal and that is fraud.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to marry your brother, so she said it wasn't. Anyway, she, in the last year, her reported net worth, on her tax forms, went from $50,000 to $30 million in a year. Uh-huh. That's a big red flag. Yeah. And she's been justifiably so hounded for that of, hey, you know how your state's the one that everybody's saying there's a ton of fraud? It's kind of interesting that you've increased your net worth, by $29.5 million in a year. Yes. And you can't trust how the New York Times is covering it. CNN won't be covering it. Fox News, you can't trust how they're going to be covering it. Yeah. TMZ is just fucking telling you.
They're just going to tell you.
Seems like, here's what happened. This was the numbers before, this is the numbers after, this is what she said, this is what other people said. Take as you will. Take it as you will.
Take it as you will. Here are the facts.
Up to your interpretation, sir.
And that is why TMZ is kind of the perfect source.
It's the perfect source for this shit.
So I'm kind of really happy this is happening.
It is amazing how much everybody was like, hey, you know how they're like a gossip site? They're never wrong.
Yeah.
They're first, but they're right.
And so like the history of them like getting that rap of being like, oh, they get things wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
Was when we had less access to like the celebrities like on social medias and whatever. In general, we had much less access. So it was so much easier for celebrities teams to say that's not true and for the public to just have to take that at face value. So then TMZ takes it on the chin and is like, I guess they're not a reliable source. But the refute was just from the celebrities team being like, no, it's rumors.
And TMZ sometimes would double down and go, yeah. We have the documents. God, they're great.
They're great.
They're terrible, but they're great.
Yeah, they're bad, but they do some good.
Yeah.
I think they really started this because they started being like, with the government shutdown, they were like, please send us photos and videos of politicians on vacation during this. And people did, and people loved it.
Because it's such a fucking slap in the face every single time you see. And I know it's like, some people should be able to go on vacation. Not you. Not you.
Maybe don't be in office forever then.
Maybe
do termlets.
You guys are all going to make so much money after this too when you write your book about how much you hated Trump or you loved him. One of them.
Yeah.
Either one. Pick your poison. It's going to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Retire then. Leave. Have a young person come in who's really trying to fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, so we're just shouting out TMZ DC.
Shout out TMZ DC. You want to do the skinny dip?
Yeah, I guess let's move into some pop culture. We're not going to do sports because we're going to try to do another ep soon. I missed week 1 of Coachella, which kind of sucked because there was like a lot and now it's just like, it's dead. And also I will be covering the Alex Cooper versus Alex Earl saga. Probably the next episode. Yeah. I just
Wednesday's going to be more expose episode.
Yeah. I've just been waiting for more info and it's not happening. So I'm like, I guess I can talk about it, but I just didn't prepare it today. But it's juicy. It's juice. But I will be talking about that because that's exciting. And I love good old-fashioned girl fight. You know that.
Yeah, of course.
You ready to get into this week's pop culture news with the skinny dip?
Let's dive in.
Honestly, it's a very violent skinny dip.
Uh-oh.
There's several headlines that are violent this week. That's all I'm going to say.
Good?
Kind of.
Yeah.
TBT for the Directioners because Louis Tomlinson and Zayn Malik are beefing once again.
Yeah.
Back in October when the two reunited to film a Netflix docuseries, the two allegedly got into a verbal fight that ended with Zayn punching Louis in the face, causing a concussion. Netflix has reportedly canceled the docuseries, but this all came to light just after Louis unfollowed Zayn on Instagram right after the release of Zayn's album.
If you work at Netflix, I am begging for leaked footage. You can't just be like, hey, by the way, this crazy stuff happened and we filmed it, but you're not going to see it.
I know. That could be the...
That's the documentary.
That's it.
What are you talking about? Why would you cancel it when it just got really good?
Man, this sucks because it was we all were so excited to see them get back together. And now if you're not a Directioner, Louis and Zayn have very famously beefed online after the One Direction breakup and all that stuff. They were kind of the two that fought a lot.
Yeah.
Man, it's kind of sucking, but I'm going to have to be on Louis' side, whatever happened.
Zayn has a history of violence.
Unfortunately, we found out that he was the one who picked up Liam against the wall.
I've not heard, you would know better than I would. Is there another member of One Direction who has ever attacked another one?
Not that I could think of.
But Zayn has done it multiple times.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
That's not a good look.
That's not a good look at all.
Oh, God, yeah. I wonder what they fought about. Because apparently, allegedly what happened was Zayn had said something about Louis' dead mother. And then Louis tried to attack him because he was like, what the hell? Yeah. And then Zayn then punched him and he was wearing rings and gave him a concussion.
So just for the scorecard, this is at least the second time we know that Zayn has insulted someone's mother to their face. And at least the second time that he has physically attacked a person related to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's we have the Liam sitch. We have the...
But Pillow Talk was great.
Pillow Talk was great. And that's where he met Gigi Hadid, his baby mama.
Yeah.
And then he had the altercation with Yolanda Hadid where he apparently called her a Dutch slut, which I did think was kind of funny.
It's a funny thing. I mean, for all we know, what he said about Louis' mother who has passed was hilarious.
For all we know.
But it doesn't mean that's the right audience to say it to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, it's just not looking good for Zayn. But
the Zayn heads out here, the Zaniacs. Are they the Zaniacs? They should be.
Yeah, they should be.
The Zaniacs are struggling a little bit this week.
We actually had tickets to go see him, but we missed it for, I think it was right before Super Bowl, and we were
like exhausted.
We had so much on our plate before Super Bowl that I was like, we physically can't go to this concert.
Which is, by the way, kind of insulting to him, being like, we don't got to go.
I know.
You know?
To be fair, it was a Vegas show, and all Vegas are kind of like club appearances where it's like not expensive. I'm not taking out a loan to go see Harry Styles. Like, it's,
Is he going to come on at midnight? We'll see.
Yeah. That's sucky. Sucky is what we're going to call that. But,
I'm sorry for you and the Directioners.
Yeah, it's tough business, but I don't know. I was really looking forward to that documentary. That's the other sucky part.
I mean, I wasn't not looking forward to it. I was kind of indifferent. Now I'm bummed.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really good.
It would have been good. And also it was supposed to be them like reconnecting, like going over old memories. And like, it was kind of supposed to be like a One Direction throwback.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
And I doubt that he's going to have any interaction with it. I can't imagine the Harry Styles is like, let me talk to Zayn now. No,
I don't think they're, I mean, Zayn did say on his new tour, he was like, I hope you guys were able to afford these tickets. Like, he made a joke.
He made a dig.
Harry Styles. Yeah. And Harry Styles did make a dig at him on SNL a couple years ago, where he was like, I just want to thank One Direction. And he was like, Liam and Niall and then and Louis. And he's like, what's the other one's name? Ringo? Like,
Ringo, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yoko?
Yeah. Next up, this one was a fun story. Former First Lady Dr. Jill Biden went to an NYC LGBT community center charity dinner and apparently lost her bid of $35,000 for a cameo in Heated Rivalry. After the news broke, she jokingly tweeted, "Guess I won't be going to the cottage."
I mean, she's just like us.
I love the idea of Jill Biden watching Heated Rivalry.
I think everybody did. It really seems like it hit the older women hard.
I think it hit all the women hard.
It hit all the women hard, but it really feels like the older women were like, have you seen gay sex?
Yeah. Do you think Joe walked in the room like, what is this?
And with Joe, I mean, is there anything? I'm pretty sure that every single time Joe walks into a new room, he goes, what is this? In the White House, you go into the debate, what is this?
What is this? I wonder who she lost to.
Melania. Believe it or not, it was Melania. I wonder who she did lose to, and will we find out? It probably is not a famous person.
I know. I wonder.
Yeah.
But yeah, because $35,000 is a pretty big bid.
I'm going to call it right now. She's going to be in the show.
Yeah, I feel like now they kind of have to put her in.
No, they have to put her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Jill in Heated Rivalry.
Although I really would respect the executive producers, and it was HBO.
Yes.
HBO being, I would really respect it if HBO was like, sorry, should have been more.
Yeah.
You know? We don't care how famous you are. This was an auction. We were raising money for the LGBT youth.
Yes. But it's good that they kept it under wraps, because now it is kind of a surprise to see who won the cameo.
God, who would the funniest person be? Ellen. Ellen would be so by far the funniest person. If you look me in the eye, and if you can look me in the eye and tell me that Ellen DeGeneres showing up on Heated Rivalry wouldn't be the funniest cameo, you're lying. Who else but Ellen?
Natalie Portman is pregnant with her third child at the age of 44.
What can't she do?
Another violence. Ice Spice was involved in an altercation in McDonald's where a woman came up to her table trying to antagonize her and then slapped her.
I saw this.
Yes. Ice stood her ground and she basically chased her out, and she is pressing charges.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If you're a celebrity like that, you have to do that. Otherwise, people are just going to start doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she
was. It was interesting. I watched the tape, and if you review the footage, she got on the table real quick. Mm-hmm. She immediately knew high ground.
Yes.
High ground.
High ground.
Which says she has some experience with this.
Yes.
Because the high ground wins.
The high ground does win.
She did.
Yeah.
As opposed to in football where low man wins.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, but it's so funny. The girl then tried to go online and make like a story time about it. She was like, and then I was just trying to be like, oh, I love you. And I said this, and like completely made up this conversation. Yeah. And everyone was like, the footage had audio.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. You like fully hear them talking, and she tries to go up and antagonizes her, and is like, "Where are you from?" Like,
I mean, Ice Spice is literally sitting eating McDonald's alone, right?
She's with one other person, but she's literally wearing a hood.
Yeah, she's not trying to be Ice Spice.
No, she's just sitting in a McDonald's.
Although, I mean,
which I love.
She's insanely recognizable.
She is, but maybe that's why she had the hood on, because she was like.
But even with the hood on,
yeah.
You're like, that's Ice Spice.
That's Ice Spice.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. She got on the table and said, "SpongeBob Big Guy Pants, okay."
Yeah, she kind of did. And then she chased her out. Like, it looked like a video of when, like, you ever see those videos where it'll be like home footage and like a bear will end up in the kitchen and then the housewife will be like, shoo. That's what she did to her.
Yes.
Yeah, she chased her right off. Chased her right off.
So good for her. I like to see her standing her ground like that. That was great. In next violence news. Mm-hmm. Someone tried to break into Dylan Sprouse and Barbara Palvin's home, and Dylan actually held the intruder at gunpoint and tackled him until the police arrived.
Get the fuck out. I love this for him.
Me too.
Love this for him.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking awesome. I've always been a Dylan Sprouse guy. Cole, I'm not sure. Dylan, I'm in.
Yeah.
By the way, fucking hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, come to my house where my wife is?
This is the type of scenario where like everybody says they would do something. He actually did it. He knows now for a fact that he did it.
No, I love this. I love to see him he doesn't need security.
No.
Because he's not a very big guy.
No. And we know for a fact he doesn't have security because
Right.
we were at the Super Bowl and we were walking back to the bus. He was right in front of us. And you
that-
point out, I think that's Dylan Sprouse. And I looked and I was like, I'm not sure. I forget what he looks like.
That was the best call I've ever made in my life, by the way, because it was like really dark and I can't see for shit, especially at night. And walking in front of us, there's so many people walking out. But we were walking back to where these like the cars were. So it's like people who like had arranged rides and stuff like that, not just like the parking lot. And so we were kind of just happened to be walking in that same direction. And in front of us was this group. And I like kind of heard his voice, and then I looked next to him and I kind of saw the side of her face, and I was like, I think that's Victoria's Secret supermodel Barbara Palvin. And I was like, I think that's Dylan Sprouse.
Which means that must be Dylan Sprouse.
Yeah. And the one thing that did throw me off was with Barbara Palvin. I was like, I kind of expected her to be taller.
Yes.
Because she's a supermodel.
Yeah.
And
same.
And I was like, I'm taller than her right now.
No, she was probably 5'6".
Yeah. Not short, but I just was like, when I think of like runway supermodels, I think of like 6 foot ladies.
God, good for Dylan Sprouse.
Very good for him.
The guy must have forgot it was America.
Yeah.
Welcome to fucking America, buddy. Which, by the way, this is good for him. This is good for like kind of all celebrities like in his general sphere and in his neighborhood of like, hey, just so you know, like they'll pull a gun on you.
Yeah.
That's a real, because I think that they go and they're like, what's fucking George Clooney going to do? Pull a gun on me?
Yeah. What's Dylan Sprouse going to do?
What's Dylan Sprouse going to do?
He's gonna get the gat.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish I might find a way to talk to him and be like, would you have pulled the trigger?
I know.
That's the next step of like, you don't know. I don't know what would happen if somebody came. I don't know how I would react. I like to think how I would react.
Yes, but you never know.
You don't know.
I think he had the capability to, because he clearly was so
quick on the draw.
Quick and calm about it.
Yeah.
He was able to hold someone at gunpoint and tackle him and hold him down until the police came.
Yeah.
And like, so I listened to like the footage and stuff like that. And it was like his wife called and was like, this is happening. Police came.
Yeah.
And he was able to communicate, like, because she like told him like, okay, yeah, he has a gun, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. He was already able to communicate. He was tackled, had him held down.
Yeah. Knee in the back.
He was like, and I've already put my gun back in the holster. Like he had full control of the situation.
Yes.
And it's like, that is someone who is like very aware of their surroundings.
Good for him.
Very calm under pressure. Like that, amazing story.
Fucking Cole wishes. You know?
Cole is smoking a cigarette on Call Her Daddy inside.
Cole's trying to be cool.
Yeah. And
Dylan literally is cool.
Dylan is cool.
He's fucking Barbara Palvin.
Yeah.
Cole.
Yeah.
I'm so Team Dylan. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so Team Dylan.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Team Dylan I am.
Team Dylan.
It's crazy how Team Dylan I am.
Ooh, a little light reading for you. Lil Jon has announced he's releasing a memoir called I Only Shout So You Could Hear Me, coming out this fall.
The odds of Crunk not being in the title of his memoir is insane.
I know, right?
Literally, he does not have one single album. He does not have one single album that doesn't have the word Crunk in it. It's not in his biography.
The Crunkus biography.
It's like if the LMFAO wrote a biography and didn't have the word party in it.
Yeah.
You fucking crazy. But wait, so say it again.
He's just releasing a memoir, and it's called I Only Shout So You Could Hear Me.
That's actually beautiful, though.
I actually was gonna say it's really powerful.
That is really powerful. He does only shout.
He does. I mean, he has the best shout.
Have you ever heard him talk normally? It's kind of like, it's weird.
But I love Lil Jon, so I will.
We love Lil
I will
Jon.
be reading.
Yeah.
New lovers Amanda Batula and Wes Wilson from Summer House stepped out together this weekend to attend a Yankees game, and they were seen kissing on the Jumbotron.
That's the most obvious PR public thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Yankees game, the most popular team in baseball at the beginning of baseball season.
And also them getting on the Jumbotron. They're famous. They're not that famous.
Nobody's spotting them.
The Yankees camera guys don't know who they are.
They do not know who the fuck these guys are. No. They got a tip.
Yeah. And there also was a clip of when they went on the Jumbotron. Someone did one of those lip reading videos, and it looks like she says to him, "Look like you like me," before they kiss.
There you go.
I think there's a lot of regret happening there, especially on his end.
Yeah.
And I don't really know the full situation because I don't watch the show.
Yeah.
But I think he is like, shit, but I think he's like, we have to stick this out for the minute.
Yes.
He doesn't want to look like the bad guy, like abandoning her after she blew up. Because it's more on her. Like, she blew up her life. So I'm sure he feels the responsibility of like needing to kind of play along for the next few months.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's kind of like, okay, so this shit hit the fan. They didn't have to. It's sort of the prisoner's dilemma with them. Where it's like one of them could bail out and just be like, it's that person. Mm-hmm. Or we can stick together and maybe have a slightly softer landing. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, you think he was the one who needed convincing? You think she had to convince him, like, we can't?
Probably. I think, though, because they're friends, they've been friends for a long time, so I don't think he just, like, doesn't care about her.
No, yeah.
But I think he knows that she kind of ruined her life for this. And so I think he's I think he's more like being a good friend. Yeah, being like shit, like we kind of have to.
This can't have just been a hookup. This has to be like, we were in love. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think on like a friend level, he's like, I can't ruin your life like that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Apparently they're filming the reunion soon. And she made a statement being like, she's like, I'm not avoiding like answering questions. She's like, I will show up to the reunion and I will answer questions. She's like, I'm trying to go out of the house. She did make a statement being like, I want to go out of the house because it's like bad for mental health to stay inside, which is so true.
So she went to the Yankees game.
So she's like, if you see me out and about on the street, like, don't think that like this isn't weighing heavy on my heart.
Yes.
Or whatever, which I do get because it is
totally
weird for her to also be like, I'm out and about and I don't care. But it's like, your life is ruined staying inside. There's nothing worse for your mental health than to be like, I'm cooped up.
Just stay as close to the internet as you can.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes, that was interesting. Meghan Trainor just canceled her upcoming tour, saying that it was the right decision for her family after she just welcomed a baby 3 months ago.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it was for low ticket sales, but...
Probably a little bit of both.
I think it could be both.
It was very convenient.
Yes. Secret Lives of More Wives star Taylor Frankie Paul is wrapping up her legal drama as she's officially cleared on all domestic violence charges. Filming of Secret Lives of More Wives is still currently not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you said that, like... You said that, I thought you were about to say wrapping up like a season, but it was actually wrapping up a lawsuit.
Yes, it was kind of wrapping up like a charge thing. So she's been found cleared of domestic violence charges.
Time for a rap party.
So I don't know what the fallout's going to be of like the show coming up, if she's going to film again, if she's not.
I think she's done.
I don't think she should, just for her.
Yeah.
Like for her mental health, I think she should just be done.
Yeah. But the problem is, does she have another income source?
I don't know. She clearly has made a lot of money, but she's not like a flashy person, which is interesting. Kind of none of the Mormon wives are. Like they obviously have like designer purses or like whatever, but it's like whenever they go to like events, it's very like how The Bachelor dresses people, where it's like this is kind of a prom-y dress or whatever. None of them really, they're not very LA, so it's like they're actually like not like dressing to like the way like
they're not gauche.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wouldn't be shocked if she just has a ton of money in the bank right now.
Hopefully she does.
I think she'll probably write a book.
There you go. You're right. There'll be stuff.
And she'll probably still stay on social media.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for her. I just feel like she just seems like someone who it's like this life isn't good for her.
She has more outs though than like an Eric Swalwell, where I'm like, I don't know what he's gonna do because I don't think he can work for a company
ever.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, what is she gonna do? The answer is, in 10 years, people will kind of forget. She won't be recognizable if she stays out of the limelight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then finally, some weekend 2 of Coachella highlights were that Sabrina Carpenter brought out Madonna on stage to perform together.
Love it.
Addison Rae brought out Olivia Rodrigo, and she performed her new song, Drop Dead, and they performed Headphones On together.
That's really cool.
Those are the girlies I love to see.
I love those too. Those are our girls.
And then Justin Bieber brought up Billie Eilish on stage to be his One Less Lonely Girl.
Which, by the way, her reaction, you can tell it's as genuine as it possibly gets.
Yes.
That's what's really fun about Billie Eilish or about Justin Bieber is he is such an iconic person for so many people.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter how famous you are. Holy shit, this guy is singing to me. Like you immediately become 12 again.
Yes. It's Justin Bieber.
It's Justin Bieber.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really cute because she was just such a big fan as a kid and stuff like that. So, and people started to give Haley some credit because she was the one who was like pushing her on stage or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a planned thing.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, Haley is the girl's girl. And it's like, yeah. Haley Bieber's really nice. There's like a smear campaign on her at all times. But that's it for the skinny dip.
That was a great skinny dip.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Mark Hard.
Hopefully next week will be just as violent. I'm kidding.
I mean, all these are, except for the Zayn and Louis stuff, was like the other two were people standing on business.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I like that.
You could argue Louis was standing on business. He kind of, he stood up for his mom.
Yeah.
He did get beat, but he stood up for his mom.
But he went for it.
Yeah.
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 I feel like someone held him back and then Zayn got a punch in,
I think Zayn is the only one of them who has any sort of muscle tone. And I think that
I don't know.
I just like...
Now I feel like they're all kind of like, we need to live this fit lifestyle.
But they're not like Zayn he does look like he has a pair of shoulders.
Yeah. He does look a little softer these days.
I mean, I'm sure
he looks like he's been very like he gardens. He's spun his life into very like he like lives off the grid. He's serene.
Sounds like a guy with anger issues.
I was gonna say maybe that's why he's like I'm off the grid and I beekeep now.
I mean, is it safe to say he has anger issues?
Perhaps.
It sounds like it.
But then to be fair, Louis is kind of he feels like a little provocative guy where he's like he'll kind of like push your buttons a little bit.
What was the way you described him? He's this one.
He's the sass master.
He's the
Doncaster.
He's the sass master.
He's famously the sass master.
He's famously the sass master. Is that a play on Bassmaster, the fishing company? No, there's no way.
He's the sass master from Doncaster.
From Doncaster, as opposed to Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the pod. Kind of a short one.
Yeah, kind of. We're gonna try to make up some time. You guys get it.
Love you guys. Towel off. Bye.
Bye.